Rachel Gentile was on the phone with Trayvon Martin when his fatal encounter with George Zimmerman began.
You listening?
A year ago, we watched as she made no secret of her feelings during a combative cross-examination by the defense in Zimmerman's murder trial. Today, I find her working hard to put the past behind her and to deal with lingering regret.
All right, folks, welcome to Gimme 5. Really? We have to relive all this? Well, if I had to relive it watching it, I figured I should make you relive it by watching it and listening to it. I mean, can't they leave bad enough alone? Do her people really think that this is going to put her in a positive light, in a different light, in a new light? She should just really go away from public view and live her life and not keep putting herself out there, because I got to tell you, it really doesn't seem to get much better. Watch.
Were you blaming yourself when George Zimmerman went free?
A little bit.
Did you think you should have said something different? Or acted differently?
Yeah, act different.
You think the jurors didn't take you seriously?
Yes. They judge how they talk, how they look, how they dress.
And they were judging you?
Yes.
Okay, and I know this woman was the first person ever judged by a jury. First person. Never happened before. Never in the history of witnesses and juries. She is the first victim of such nonsense. More.
What sort of issues did she have to deal with?
Post-traumatic stress. She was suffering from post-traumatic stress.
Ron Vereen is a Miami attorney who organized a support group he calls The Village, providing Rachel with counseling to deal with the grief of losing her longtime friend and intense tutoring to overcome problems in school. No one knew it at the time, but when 19-year-old Rachel took the stand, she was barely able to read and write beyond the level of a third grader.
You're not getting any comment from me. What, no one knew it at the time? I'll tell you what I did know at the time. She was rude. And if I were the judge in that courtroom, she would have been held in contempt of court. That I could tell you. That I know. What level she could read and write at? Nothing you would have told me would have surprised me. Next.
She often pushed back when tutoring took 4 to 6 hours a day. During the trial, I saw what happens when somebody gets on your bad side. And I don't know if I would ever want to be on your bad side.
No, you don't want to cross the road.
But her tutors didn't give up, and neither did Rachel. These photos taken in May mark the moment their work paid off. Rachel donned a cap and gown and collected her high school diploma.
She credits what has taken place since what happened in the courtroom to Trayvon Martin, all the good things. The fact that she's graduated, she says, well, I kept my word to Trayvon that I would do this.
She's also keeping a promise to herself by having the last word for people who criticize the way she talked and acted on the witness stand.
Oh, yes, you're going to get that last word right now. Isn't this exciting? I mean, again, I just can't see the positive out of all this. Good for her. I'm glad she graduated. I hope she gets a great job and has a wonderful life. But do it away from the spotlight. And now she's going to trash George Zimmerman. Of course, it's obligatory, is it not? Watch.
They're implying that you're not very smart.
Yeah. You can't say that. You can't judge a book by a cover.
She's had to do a lot of growing up and learning how to take responsibility for her actions. Rachel Gentile says she believes George Zimmerman should do the same. What would you say to George Zimmerman right now?
You know he did wrong, and he got to man up to it. To me, you're not a man. George Zimmerman's not a man. That's still a little boy with a grown body.
All right, I guess that means something. He's a little boy in a grown body. I don't get that. But okay, hey, that's what she says. That's what she says. After all, she's Rachel Gentile. She must be right. And if you criticize her, something must be wrong with you. And finally, watch.
Let's set the record straight. I'll ask you straight out.
Straight out.
Do you want to be an attorney?
No.
Oh, you know, it breaks my heart because I could see myself, 15, 20 years down the road, if I needed an attorney, possibly calling up Rachel Gentile on the Steve Malzberg Show.